Welcome back to Evan's Repairs and Creations, where today we're tearing down a free Facebook Marketplace Chevy 305. So this motor we picked up for free on Facebook Marketplace. It was a engine from the 1990s. The guy we got it from said it was out of a Suburban or truck or something. It had, I think this is called TBI. It's a type of fuel injection. And the guy said it had over 200,000 miles, so it had a lot of miles. This thing is a greasy pig. And Dad and I have been working to scrape all of the nasty oil and grease off that's on it before we tear it apart. So when we do tear it apart, we're just gonna take everything off and maybe try to hone the cylinders, bore them, you know, new rings, pistons, bearings, maybe a valve job. We'll see, but that's all in due time. This episode is mainly just going to be tearing it down and showing you guys how to do that. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I've cleaned it up a little bit. It doesn't look a whole lot different, but it's just a little less greasy. There's just a little less standing grease and oil on it. First thing to come off is going to be valve covers. So valve covers are going to come off. We're going to do a little inspection under the valve covers. Maybe run some numbers, and then it'll be the intake's turn, and then we'll take the heads off. So let's do the valve covers, and I can show you what it looks like underneath. Okay, so this is the passenger side bank. It's a little grimy. You can tell there was blow by. Definitely some gunk in there, but it's not the worst I've seen. Yeah, like I said, definitely a little grimy. The driver's side, though, is a bit worse. It's coated in gunk and grime. Definitely blow by. Yeah, a lot of sludgy stuff. So there's some numbers right here, and it says 187, the last three digits. Now these are GM, so these 187 heads they're called swirl heads, and they're nothing special. But you know, we could always port them after a valve job. But yeah, those passenger side doesn't look all that bad. Driver's side, though, definitely seen better days. Anyways, let's get this intake off. I did empty the coolant out of the engine, so it's not going to be flooding coolant all over when I take it off. So anyways, I'm going to take the intake off. Pretty straightforward, and then we can take a look at the valley. Alright, let's get this intake out. Set this down here. Well, it looks pretty good in here, except for some random pieces of metal. Hold on, let me get my light, my magnet. Okay, so for some reason, it's just a random shaving of metal right here. There is a lot of sludge down here. You can see there's just some random piece of metal, and then right here, this would have been part of your head gasket.
So you know the good thing, you know, with this tray right here is for?
It's a valley pan.
You know what kind of lifters you got? What kind of cam you got?
No, I do not. Is it a roller?
It's a roller cam.
Roller cam.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is from the 90s.
You get more lift and stuff, get a better cam.
So these, which was sitting down here, would go like that. And it's for different, it's for like head gaskets, because some types of intakes, so this is a coolant jacket right here, and some intakes would allow you to, the coolant would go like right underneath the carburetor or the fuel injection, whichever you had, and it would heat it up, or whatever you want to heat it up, keep it warm. I think it would help with atomization or something, but most people don't run it. I don't really care, to be honest. Not a huge thing to me. Yeah, other than that though, it looks pretty good in here. Yeah.
That's why you change your oil, and that's why you use synthetic oil now.
Yeah, because it is sludgy. Yeah, I didn't know this was here for a roller cam, but it is, which is cool.
See, it holds the roller cam. See that little bracket right there?
Yeah.
And that tray, it's got those little arms that holds that bracket, because your roller cam has to be straight up, and it has to be straight. Those lifters aren't round like on an old small block. They have to be in there just right, so that tray holds the guides, so the lifters stay in there correctly, so that way the roller is actually rolling on the camshaft, because if for some reason they got turned, obviously that'd be bad.
Yep.
So it wouldn't turn. So that's good.
And it's not a flat tappet cam, so
roller cams
don't
lift.
don't have to worry about zinc additives either.
Right.
Because with a flat tappet, you're supposed to add zinc to help it. Yep. All right. Well, cool. Next to come off will be the heads. So we'll do that in a bit. All right. All the head bolts are loose and out, and except for the middle one, we got it a couple threads in, so when we're prying the head off, it doesn't come off and fall on the floor. All the rocker arms are out, the rocker arms are loose. The push rods are out, and they all look good. So I'm going to get in here.
And that one, on your water jacket, maybe.
All right. I know.
Nope.
So, oh boy, it likes being on there. Yeah. All right. It's now loose. I had to pry it quite a bit. I'm gonna pull the center one out. Come on now. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. You can tell this front one had a lot of blow by. The rest had some. This one looks like it had the least. But
I don't see a blown head gasket or anything though, do you?
No. It's hard to tell because it ripped in half. Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely some blow by, but it doesn't look half bad in there. Looks like there's still a little bit of cross hatching. I'm not gonna turn it until I get these chunks of head gasket out that fell down there, but look at that. I didn't see that one before. Delicious. Wonder what that is.
Fudge.
Yeah, it's pretty light. Anyways,
cylinders look good.
Yeah, they actually look pretty good for, I'm saying,
200,000+.
Yeah, 200,000+ miles. That one is very shiny. Not a lot of cross hatching. That one.
What you feeling? 200,000+ miles. You're gonna.
Very smooth. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to vacuum these out, and then we'll move it a little bit so we can see the rest of the cylinder wall in each of them. So I'm going to be doing some video editing for a different video, but in the meantime, Dad is taking off the other head on the 305. Alright, so Dad got the head off this side. Doesn't look too bad. You can tell there's quite a bit of blow by for sure, because they're real greasy and oily. But he also got the pan off, so let's flip this thing over and see the underside. Alright, in here looks real good. Yeah, just from what I can see, everything looks normal. A little bit of sludge buildup on everything, but that's to be expected with a engine with this many miles. So yeah, it looks good. Next step, once we get everything cleaned up, all this stuff, we'll probably begin taking all of these out, getting the lifters out, cam, timing chain, big tear down, get it down to just the block so we can really deep clean it for reassembly. So yeah. Alright, so we're ready to take the harmonic balancer off so we can get to the timing chain to pull the cam out. So we got a harmonic balancer kit from O'Reilly's. We rented it, and pretty straightforward. We're gonna pull the harmonic balancer off, so yeah, let's do it. Okay, so the harmonic balancer's off and the timing chain cover is too. Looks good in there. Dad and I now are working on getting the rod bearings and caps out. Whoops. We went ahead and punched them with punches. So 1, 2, 3, and so on. Anyways, we're working on taking these out. So let's take number 1 off and see what it looks like. Good. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see with this light. You can definitely see a lot of wear right there in the middle. I mean, pretty average wear, a lot of wear, but crankshaft looks good. I mean, that looks pretty good.
No scratches. No
Yeah, no big definite scratches that are concerning.
Uneven wear, just 200,000+ miles.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we'll take the rest off and kind of go through them here. This piston looks pretty good. The rings aren't stuck at all, which is good for an engine with this many miles. There is, as you can see there, a bit of average wear on the piston, but yeah, let's take a look at this bearing. Whew, yeah, you can see that shiny spot there. Definitely
it's
a lot of wear. Dull spot, yeah. But yeah, a lot of wear on that, but as Dad said, it's not uneven. So yeah, we're just gonna keep doing this with the rest of them until we get them all out. So we're getting some more pistons out, and they're all looking pretty good. I mean, pretty average wear. Yeah, pretty average. How would you say the bearings are looking, Dad? Pretty good?
Pretty worn out, but no scratches or any abnormal wear. Everything looks pretty even, just a lot of it.
Yeah, that's good. All right, I'm gonna keep getting them out here. All right, all the pistons are out. Everything looks pretty good. We are going to next lift our crank out, and then as you can see, the cam is right there. So we're gonna lift that roller, or pull that roller cam out next. Okay, here comes the crank. Maybe. Oh, there it comes. There you go. Yep, looks pretty good. We'll have to take all these bearings out and inspect them. Otherwise, the cam looks halfway decent. It's probably pretty worn, not gonna reuse it. But there's nothing that I can see that looks terrible, like regular. Yep. Yeah, pretty average wear, to be honest. Let's get this cam out next. Okay, so there's a retainer here for the roller cam. It's just a T30 star bit. And then there's 2 bolts, one on either side. Those are out. And this just comes off, and the cam should slide out. Here you go. Grab it. Yep, there it comes. Yep. Looks good. I see those lifters in there, and there's our cam.
Be interesting to measure them and see how much the lobes are worn down, or if they're worn down.
Yeah, they could be. I'm not sure.
You can see the roller cam lobes are shaped a little differently than
Yeah, definitely.
on the flat tappet cams.
Yep. All right, cool. What do you think our next step is then, Dad? Get those lifters out?
Yep, so I'm gonna see if I can poke them out.
All right, cool. All right, everything is out of the motor. The block is stripped down. All the lifters are out. The cam is out. I mean, it's all stripped down. I wanted to show you guys before we end here. The ring gap is horrible. These rings are so worn. Dad has the feeler gauge here. So here's the feeler gauge. The acceptable maximum end gap, ring end gap is like 0.02, and 0.02, I mean, that slips through there, and you can I don't know if it can. So, and then here's 0.032. This is the biggest one I have. I mean, that one is still tons of room. Here, if we put 0.32 and 0.3 together, even that'll still fit in there tightly. That means our end gap is around 0.06 or 60 thousandths, which is way too much, which explains why there was so much blow by, because This motor definitely just, the rings are just shot. So yeah,
60 hundredths.
60 hundredths?
Yeah.
60 hundredths, not 60 thousandths. Anyways, the rings are just completely shot. But yeah, next thing, we're not going to do it on camera, but for the next video, we're going to clean the block, prep it, and then we're going to get a gauge that figures out if the cylinders are perfectly round or how much out of round they are, to see if we need to overbore them or if we can just tone them out. But we will see. But anyways, yeah, there's that. Well, thanks for joining me on this episode of Evans Repairs and Creations. We tore apart this 305 motor to see the damage, and really it wasn't that bad. With 200,000 miles, there was a lot of wear, but nothing that was definitely damaged that would have caused engine failure. Just a lot of typical excessive wear for the amount of miles. In the next video, we're going to be prepping the engine and then figuring out if we need to overbore the cylinders. And if not, we'll just tone them out and put new rings, pistons, cam lifters, and then we might get a valve job or different heads. We'll see. So yeah, stay tuned for that episode. That'll be a fun one. This will be, you know, we're not trying to make a ton of power here. This is just my first engine that I've ever rebuilt, and so we're just testing the water to really get into engine building, because we might build a 350 soon to go in either the 57 Chevy or the 72 C10. But anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for that next episode. Go check out the rest of my content and hit a like and subscribe. But thanks for watching. See ya.